Well, we are so excited about the new show. Once again, my name is Damon Jones, and this is my lovely wife,
Sara Jones.
I am telling you, this portion is where we talk about a phrase called "that's life." That's life is what this whole thing is all about. We talk to several different people about what things keep them from getting to their destiny or finding their purpose, and they always have things that just happen to them in life. And we just sitting here thinking, we should just call it "That's Life." That's Life is going to be an amazing thing, an amazing topic session. I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy this. We got some questions coming in. We're going to get right into it. Is that all right? We're going to get right into it. What do you think?
Sounds good. Let's go to our first question. The first question that we have from That's Life is, how do you deal with a spouse, a co-worker, and I'd like to interject and say a friend or a family member that does not have the same passion as you?
Wow.
How do you deal with that?
Well, to be honest, there will be situations where you won't have the same passion or the same desire as your mate. The first truth of the matter is you're uniquely made to be different. If you were the same, then you really couldn't get. There would be no balance in the house. There would be no balance. But what you have to learn is to appreciate their uniqueness. I'm telling you, whatever you give attention to, they will go beyond your expectations when you start giving attention to that particular person. So you have to learn how to find something intriguing about the thing they have passion for. You know, in my marriage, I'm trying to tell you that I'm a very detailed person, and little things just bother me if something ain't lined up right, and something is not organized right. And my wife always tells me something. You can't even see that. I mean, why? That I don't even understand. That shouldn't even be bothering. You can't even see that. And I think she's blind, actually. But I just learned that we have different passions, and I have learned to appreciate her uniqueness. And sometimes she likes even birds, right? You know, birds in the air, and stand outside. And she'd call me, and I'm in the middle of working, and she's like, "You need to come out and see these birds." And I'm like, okay, yeah, bird. But I've learned over time to appreciate the things she loves, and when I appreciate what she loves, I found out that she appreciates some of the things that I love, and we celebrate our uniqueness. Don't try to make a person be you, because they'll be out of character who they really are.
One thing that I like about this particular topic or question is that what we fail to understand is sometimes that little thing, even something as small as the fact that I love birds and the flowers, and it will sometimes take my attention, and I just want everyone to experience the joy that I feel in that particular moment. But these particular things will throw you off guard. You know, and it could be something so small that will mess up your whole day. So it's like, how do I get my spouse, my friend, to understand that this is something that's important to me? You know, I don't want to feel that I'm doing it on my own, or I have to sneak and do something, or I have to, you know, be in my own little bubble because that person doesn't feel the same way that I do.
Right.
Now, me personally as a wife, and for you wives out there, what you have to make sure is you don't want to give up your passion. Now, I do understand that, because we are uniquely made different, but you want to make sure that you're first being a wife. So I have to make sure that I'm doing the things as a wife first, making sure that the family's taken care of and that my husband is taken care of. And then as I flow into my passions and the things that I do, he'll see the joy that it brings me, that will ultimately bring him more joy, because I'm happy and satisfied. He's happy and satisfied, and then we can kind of coexist together with our different worlds, our different lifestyles, and our different passions. But it doesn't necessarily happen like that. Just because I may love to go to the gym 6 days a week, and he feels like, you know, he's naturally built or naturally in shape, that it doesn't take all that, that he'll see that maybe, okay, after a while, you know, things start working, and you'll see that I'm not neglecting my responsibilities as a wife.
So basically, I mean, you're saying basically that, you know, if I appreciate you and love on you in other areas that you have need, sometimes I have a greater respect for your passions. You know, sometimes it'll be okay if I'm unique. It'd be okay if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do around the house. You won't be so irritated that I'm caught up in my passions, basically.
Yes, that's part of it.
I'm kind of sensing that, because a lot of times that may be the issue out there, that truthfully, they're irritated about your passions because they feel like your passions override you caring more about that than you care about them. Exactly. So maybe if you gave them some special attention during the times that they need it, that they will have no problem with you going to play basketball. They have no problem with some of y'all who still like to sit up and watch TV all day, or maybe play video games, or just have some man time. But if you're taking care of business, they will actually probably even complement your passions or help you enjoy your passions. What do you think? Can you say that?
Definitely. And even for those people that may not be married or, you know, have a significant other, for friends or for coworkers, when you're involved in an event at work, or you and your friend want to do something that's completely different from one another, just understand that their uniqueness is pretty much what makes them your friend. You know, if they were just like you, I'm sure it would be pretty boring. You know, but it's something about the uniqueness that they have that sets them apart, or that makes them your friend, or that you guys can bounce each other. Where one thing is missing, the other person can fill in. So you can't really say, because you're different in this area and I don't have the same passion as you, then I just can't deal with you, or we can't work together, we can't live, we can't coexist together. But do understand that you have to embrace the difference. You have to embrace what you may not be familiar with, because you come from different worlds. You come from different lifestyles, different family upbringings, and you know, that's what makes you you.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Come on, let's get some more questions.
Okay.
There got to be another one out there that we can answer. Someone needs this help out here.
Now this one, I've just been seeing in my even everyday life, just talking to friends and family members. But the question that came in is when you are trying to figure out how to apologize to someone that offended you, but they won't receive you, and they rightfully deserve to be cut off. Meaning, I'm trying to, you've done something, we got into it, and I completely, you know, I'm over it. I forgave myself. I want to apologize to you, but for whatever reason, you're still giving me the cold shoulder, and I can't get through to you. It's like a wall up there, and you know, honestly, you were the wrong one, but I can't sleep with this. It's like a burden, like an elephant on my chest that I need to just let off, but I can't get through to you.
Well, I mean, you know, the truth of the matter is, what you want to do in those types of situations is you want to really let it go, even in spite of the fact that they haven't forgave you, because when you don't let it go, you the one become imprisonated. You know, you're the one that actually take on the bulk of the burden. You start getting high blood pressure. You start getting mad when you see them because you don't apologize, and they still walking around grunting and making all these noises and walking past you like you don't exist.
Right.
You just got to let it go. That's for you. You know, that's for you. You have to let things go for you. And the second thing about it is there's something called timing. We all have different timings, and we all have different genetic makeups, and you have to sometimes let a person just you know, take their time to get over it, but you want to be cautious of your behavior. Sometimes there's this thing about, you know, if you're mad, then I can show you I'm still mad too.
Right.
But it's not really all about
competition.
that. It's not a competition or anything like that. You got to just actually, even when they still acting funny, you got to be nice. And I believe that, you know, if you're being nice, if you're still being polite, after a while, the reciprocal law will play into effect after a while because they realize they're acting out by themselves. But you have to be willing to be patient. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of people are not willing to be patient when it comes to someone forgiving you. And we got this time, like by now you should, you know, it's been 2 months. Some of us, it's been 2 hours. You know, it's been yesterday. But you don't know how bad they hurt. Now, the key, in my opinion, and now we're going to see, let Sarah weigh on this, but in my opinion, is when things get better, you need to talk about situations on where if I am offended and something goes wrong, how to approach you and how is the better way to communicate with you and things of that nature. I think that'd be a big help. What you think?
Definitely. And I totally agree with everything that you said. And like how I say it takes two to tango. It looks pretty silly of you to go around upset about something and frustrated about something, and the other person is completely, has let it go, they're at peace. Kind of like how, you know, if me and you got into a disagreement or an argument about something.
That could never happen.
And I'm just as sweet as pie, and I'm calm, cool, and collective, and you may still be irritated or upset about something.
Don't let this pretty smile fool y'all, you know.
No, but seriously,
okay.
But seriously, it does. It's hard for you to argue by yourself.
That's true.
So sometimes you have to be what's called right wrong, where you may know the situation was just totally blown out of proportion, it was taken the wrong way, things were said that shouldn't have been said or done, but you have to accept that and say, okay, you know, It's not even about that. You have to choose your battles. You have to choose your fights, and some things are not worth hanging on to. Losing your purpose for that day, getting you all upset, getting you frustrated, that feeds on and it kind of eats at you. So if you take the standpoint of saying, okay, I've forgiven you, I've forgiven myself, I've let go of the situation, it will take time, but after a while, that person cannot come at you if you don't respond with that same energy. You have to have the mindset to say, okay, I'm bigger than this, bigger than that situation. I see what's more important is what the future holds for us versus this particular moment.
Great wisdom, Sarah. I mean, that's just such great wisdom. Basically, in a nutshell, things happen in life, and that's life. Don't get wiped out. Don't stop building your building blocks for that day. Don't take time out. Sometimes your frustration can be your hindering block to your destiny. So just write off as that's life.
That's life.
Just think a little on purpose. Say, you know what, this is life, and some people will get mad, and some people you won't like, but it's all a part of life. I just want to share a quick word with you that I believe to be instrumental in your daily walk with Christ as you strive towards reaching your purpose. I want to take you to Psalms 1, and it reads as follows: Blessed is a man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bring forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. I think that's such a powerful word in this season, in this time. If you pay attention to the text, there's 3 don'ts and 1 do that's very instrumental that I'd like to share with you. There's 3 don'ts and 1 do. First, he says here, if you want to be blessed in this season, you have to be careful not to walk in the counsel of the ungodly, meaning you can't get your godly wisdom from other people. There will be people that will be telling you all the things you should and should not do, but they're getting their wisdom from a source that's not pertaining to the word. So I have to be careful in that particular case. Also, he said that stands in the way of sinners. That's so very important. Sinners, there's a trend that goes, there's a trend that's out there that doesn't fit the principles, precepts, and formulas of God's word that will throw you off your destiny and your path. They'll be exciting, they'll be fun, they'll make exciting things to the flesh, but there's a trend there that sinners have that will deviate you from your path, and we don't want to deviate you from your path. Another don't that he clearly stated said, be careful not to sit in the seat of the scornful. That's people who has been hurt. We've all been hurt somewhere. There's some areas where we hurt at. When some people talk to us, we got a soft spot. And when you talk to some people, there's a soft spot. For example, no matter how positive you are, there's some people that just find a negative way or a negative thought in what you say. You can be apologizing, but they'll say you really don't mean it. They're just scorned in that area. So you have to, if you're going to be blessed, you have to be cautious of those 3 things. But there's one major do. There's one major do. It says, but delight yourself in the law of the Lord. And he's really saying meditate day and night. And you should be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. What he's saying is, the do is meditating the word day and night. You have to feed your mind. Feed your mind the word. Whatever you eat, you become. I know you heard that phrase before. Whatever you eat, you become. Think of it this way. Have you ever anybody you hung with a close friend, they said a certain phrase, and then all of a sudden you saying that same phrase all the time? Isn't that just quite amazing? Because you're eating when you hang around certain people. Have you ever went to school and to be a doctor or be an accountant? It wasn't that they were just so smart. They just knew what to feed your mind to make you become what you was trying to be. They put the right material in front of you, and you became that. The Bible taught us that in Romans 12:2. Be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. The problem is when we stand in the way of the sinners, or when we sit in the seat of the scornful, or we listen to ungodly counsel, we conform to the world, conform to their ways. But you have to be transformed by the what? Renewing of your mind. Transform is a metamorphosis that comes from the inside. What you put on, you can become only what you are on the inside. I hope that bless you. It's transferring from the inside out. When you try to become from the outside in, the external in, you'll never find your purpose. But you have to make sure you're feeding your mind. And sometimes it's hard even to get the word in just a quick 5 to 10 minutes or half an hour on Sunday. You have to make sure you feed your mind daily. Then you'll find the blessings that lead you to your purpose. I'm so excited. I hope you enjoyed the word. Be blessed. Well, I'm so excited about our first show. I hope you enjoyed it.
Definitely. We had some great times, great topics. Look forward to hearing for some more.
Listen, tune in every Wednesday at 3 o'clock. It's going to be some amazing things happening. Remember, some of your frustration that you're experiencing is because we're trying to live out our life through our past glories instead of living our present time. Some of us, we define success by who we used to be instead of who we are right now. And I want to encourage you to stay focused. This is your season. This is your time. And you continue to tune in to hear some more awesome revelations.
Please email your questions and comments at sarah@iliveonpurpose.org
or Damon@iliveonpurpose.org. And we'll be happy to answer all your questions. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Yes.
Tune in next week, same time. Have a great day.
You were designed to live on purpose.